Please help me to reach 500 subscribers. Months passed without a single word. No messages. No accidental encounters. Not even a quiet attempt to check in. I had walked away from everything we were, and the silence that followed was unbearable. There was no goodbye, no explanation, no final look back at the life we once built together. The woman I loved, the woman I married, had shattered me in a way I never thought possible. It didn't happen in some dramatic, movie-worthy explosion. There were no screaming matches or shocking confessions where the truth was laid bare all at once. Instead, it crept in slowly. Her touch grew distant. Late nights at work became routine. Her phone was always face down, always quiet. I noticed the changes, but I convinced myself I was imagining things. I told myself I was being paranoid. Until the night everything collapsed. I came home exhausted, weighed down by work stress, bills, and the feeling that life was slipping out of my control. I sank into the couch, reaching for my phone without thinking. That's when I saw it. The message. It wasn't angry. It wasn't dramatic. It didn't need to be. The words hit me harder than any scream ever could. My chest tightened. My breath caught. I didn't need to reread it to understand what it meant. In a single moment, everything I believed about us fell apart. There were no tears. No shouting. Just silence. I couldn't stay. There was nothing left to fight for. When someone betrays you like that, understanding their reasons doesn't matter anymore. What matters is accepting the truth they chose someone else. And I refused to live in a life where I was no longer the choice. The days that followed blurred together. I shut myself off from the world. I didn't want explanations or comfort. I just wanted the pain to stop. Friends called. Family tried to pull me out of my isolation. But I felt empty, like something inside me had been hollowed out. The betrayal lingered, quiet but relentless, always waiting beneath the surface. Eventually, I moved into a small apartment far away from the life I once recognized. I tried to rebuild, to create some kind of peace from the wreckage, but it was harder than I expected. Nights were the worst. The silence echoed through every room, each empty space reminding me of what I had lost. I kept telling myself the same thing: she made her choice. There was no going back. Still, in those quiet moments, loneliness crept in. I wondered if she ever felt it too. If she ever missed me. Then I reminded myself again: she chose to leave. 6 months later, everything changed. Her name appeared on my phone screen and my heart stopped. I froze, unable to move or breathe. Confusion, anger, disbelief, all of it rushed through me at once. Why now? After everything? I considered blocking her, pretending I never saw the message. But there was a part of me, one I didn't want to admit existed, that needed closure. I agreed to meet her. We chose the same cafe we used to visit years ago, one of the few places untouched by painful memories. I arrived early, my hands shaking as I sat in a corner booth, my thoughts racing. Then she walked in. She looked familiar but different. Her hair was shorter. There was exhaustion in her eyes, like life had taken more from her than time alone could explain. She looked older, worn down by something she hadn't expected. When she saw me, her eyes filled with tears. She hesitated, then sat across from me. Her voice barely rose above a whisper. "Thank you for meeting me." I said nothing. I just looked at her, trying to process the reality of her sitting there. I had imagined this moment so many times, but now that it was real, the words refused to come. "I've missed you," she said softly. "I know I hurt you. I regret everything." I wanted to believe her. I wanted to believe the woman in front of me was still the one I loved. But as I watched her, fragile, uncertain, I knew she wasn't. She couldn't be. "I never planned for it to happen," she continued. "I thought I could manage it. I thought I could keep both of you in my life. But losing you made me realize how much you mattered." Her words landed, but they didn't shatter me. They didn't stir anything except a cold clarity. I looked at her and spoke calmly, even though my chest felt tight. "Is this about wanting me back? Or is this about realizing you lost your safety?" Her expression changed instantly. In that moment I saw the truth. She didn't miss me. She missed how I made her feel. The comfort. The stability. The life she assumed would always be there. She wasn't back because she couldn't live without me. She was back because her new life had fallen apart, and she needed to know I was still an option. I stood up, the realization settling heavily but clearly inside me. "I think you should leave," I said. She didn't argue. She didn't beg. She just nodded and walked away. I stayed seated for a moment, watching her disappear through the door. The weight of it all pressed down on me, but when I finally left the cafe, something unexpected happened. I felt peace. As I reached my car, my phone buzzed again. Another message from her. This one was different. I didn't want you back just because I made a mistake, she wrote. I realized something about myself. I've been using people to fill an emptiness inside me. What I had with you was real and I see that now. I'm sorry, more than you'll ever know. I stared at the screen. It wasn't an apology meant to fix things. It was her finally understanding herself. Understanding that she had broken something real, and herself along with it. And that's when I realized something too. Sometimes people have to lose everything before they understand its value. But by the time they do, it's already too late. I deleted the message, not because I didn't care but because I had learned my lesson. Her regret didn't change the past. I wasn't going to wait for someone who only saw my worth after losing me. I had walked away once. This time I walked away for good. And if you're waiting for someone to realize what they lost, stop. If they ever come back, remember this. They don't miss you. They miss how you made them feel. And that isn't love. That's regret. Please help me to reach 500 subscribers.